Hey everybody, it's once again time for 100 rune crafts. This time, actually 100, actually stopped slightly short just for you. I'm going to craft all of them. I'm going to give an explanation, short explanation of why I'm keeping them and what I'm looking for. Just a general overview, I typically look for RTA relevant runes, which is typically Swift, Despair, Will, Violent, usually, or High Speed, and otherwise, usually I'm just looking for efficient runes. Obviously, there's some special cases like high crit rate, crit damage for PvE, stuff like that. All of which, good stuff. Anyway, I guess let's just get right into it. Swift to start us off. Rage is kind of okay. A couple Despairs in there. Okay, no speed. I'm going to roll it just to see if we get, like, say, all crit rate or all attack, because you can still use Swift for PvE. Rage, crit rate, crit damage, pretty cool. Did not hit it. The HP and the res, not really that useful. Flat attack on slot 2, and focus is kind of bad anyway. Revenge with crit rate's kind of nice for a few reasons, but usually I'm still looking for a speed chase here. Blade, once again, speed and crit rate, either of which high rolls can be kind of nice. That one's actually kind of efficient. You know what? I'm gonna save this one. I don't really like Blade on this kind of like tanky DPSy build, but whatever. I'll keep it, and it might get used somewhere. Despair, not a re-app target, and also doesn't have speed. Not really that useful, and also had flat stats, which is also not great. Revenge with 2 grindables and crit rate. I'm just going to +9 it and see if it hits. So it actually lost a ton of rolls, like actually a whole roll and a half. Like that's pretty bad. So that one is not salvageable. This, just for funsies, we roll for the quad. Because you know, if this hits 30 speed, you're going to use it no matter what anyway. Guard is not a particularly good set most of the time, but again, if it rolled high speed or maybe crit rate and crit damage, it could have been useful. Okay, so one half keep in the first 10. Let's see, guard attack percent. Guard again, bad set, but high swift is or high speed is good. Didn't hit it. Attack. This one, people more inclined to siege would probably actually kind of like that, but it ended up hitting flat anyway, which isn't that great. Vampire, I dislike on high speed, and it loses an entire roll, so it's worse than a purple anyway, and it's not a very good stat allocation for Vampire. Swift, always looking for high speed. Yeah, loses an entire roll into the resistance. Let's see, Tolerance, once again, here, probably looking for speed. These little two-piece sets, the stat bonus ones, I don't usually find very useful. Vampire can go high crit rate or high attack. This case, it actually did triple attack, but it's still pretty bad, and the last roll's in flat HP, which I don't like. This one, no good. Despair, once again. Speed, defense percents, both could be kind of okay. I probably don't keep a high defense percent, but it could have been fine. Okay, flat slot 2, even with speed, you don't keep it. Nemesis without speed and on a tanky stat, not really that useful. So nothing out of the second 10. Taking a shot, more Despair. Again, flat stats not very good. Flat slot 2, not very good. Energy, if it has speed, you roll it for the quad. Didn't happen. Seal, I don't think this is particularly okay. Whatever. I'm still kind of like half and half on whether or not I even like Seal, and in that case, it rolled bad enough it didn't matter. So there's no harm if you have a ton of mana and just rolling them out sometimes to see. So here we're looking for mostly high crit rate. Didn't hit it. Flat slot 2, no good. Fatal flat slot 6, not really that good. Even if it had speed, it wouldn't be that good. Okay, so speed chasing here. Actually went kind of efficient here, but again, lost another one into the flat HP. So 30 down, a few more to go. Energy, crit rate, crit damage. If it just like quads crit damage, maybe gets used in PvE. This one has two good grindables and crit rate. It kind of didn't do very well on them. Blade, crit rate, crit damage. So this one actually, even though it hit the right stats, we're missing like over an entire roll, so this is worse than just a max purple. Let's see, Despair attack percent. I don't even know if it hit 40 res maybe, but okay. Shield, looking for that quad, get excused on miles or something. Didn't happen. Determination, I don't like any of these. Actually, Determination, no, I don't think so. Fatal, this would suck as an offset, but it could potentially hit. It didn't. Shield, once again, no speed. Most of the good shield units in RTA need a lot of speed, so, or at least some crit damage stats. I mean, not Miles, but like El Sharian, that kind of stuff. Okay, nothing out of that set of them. Fatal has crit damage, just rolling for the quad. Didn't happen. Once again, have to roll this for the quad, but you really hope not, because it's just that not great. This one I don't really care about. Once again, shield. This one, there's a potential. Okay, I was gonna say there's a potential Antares kind of a use case there, but didn't seem likely. Here we're just rolling the crit rate, crit damage. So actually does quad crit rate on focus, but it does have crit damage. This is potentially used, and it has speed. This actually isn't the worst. The only issue is that this is going to be a little bit awkward, but I'm going to keep this. I mean, I guess you always keep quads, but this one in particular, I don't know. Like focus is just not that good a set. Okay, fight, rolling for the quad. Blade, actually, it has crit damage. We should roll it to see if it happens. I mean, I already hit a quad crit damage, so. Let's see. Flat slot 4 blades, not useful. Flat slot 2 tolerance, not useful. And tolerance rune without speed, also not useful. Because I'm using that as broken either way. Like, I don't care about that set in general. It'd be kind of cool if they were to buff those to give them a little bit more utility. Because some of those are just not very good. Okay. Once again, just rolling for speed. Defense, destroy. This could be like an arena defense kind of a rune, but didn't happen. I'm mostly looking for efficiency on something like that. Like if it just happens to max roll everything, maybe it's cool. This one, nah, didn't roll very good. Okay, defense percent is a lot better. I used to not like defense percent at all, but now I kind of do because of things like Sonya's. It rolls very inefficiently and in bad stat allocations, so not too good. Crit damage is all we're really looking for here. That didn't happen either. Attack percent despair without speed, not useful. Flat on slot 2, even will, not useful. Revenge rune, looking for speed. Maybe a max defense, like a quad defense would be cool. Res roll on endure. This actually is kind of thematically okay, but again, like these flat rolls are just... All right, here we go. The triple on speed, let's see it. Well, it would have been a 21 max anyway, and I don't know if I even need 21 maxes anymore. So, all right, good. Sorry, not 21 maxes, 21s in general. Energy, flat slot 6, not great. Defense, enhance, meh. Nemesis, has crit rate, crit damage. I don't think this is good, but you never know. You always try it. Okay, this one's kind of nice, just the stat layout. You have both the grindables and then speed, and then it goes one into crit damage, and these are like inefficient rolls, so kind of worthless. Here we're looking for maybe crit rate or maybe speed, because again, you can use it kind of broken offset. Despair slot 3 without speed. Actually, that was never going to work anyway. Maybe a max res, just because that's kind of a weird rune to get. So rage rune, the crit rate didn't hit high enough to be useful. Will, flat slot 4, these always quad. Always as in sometimes. Okay, fight rune, I love fight runes. Unfortunately, it rolled so bad. Like this is less, oh yeah, it was just, you can see, it's just that bad. Okay, destroy rune, let's see it. We hit a triple, but not a good triple. That's sad. Okay, fatal. Ooh, fatal crit damage. No crit rate, which is annoying, but could have gotten speed, and then maybe you use it with something else with high crit rate. Vampire crit rate. Sorry, has speed, defense, crit damage. A max in any of those is like kind of okay. Okay, well. Inefficiency, just go ahead and kill some more runes. This actually could be kind of good. If this were to go max speed, you actually could probably just drop the HP for like crit rate or something and then use it on, like you want these low HP runes. Like the flat HP is kind of sad, but say crit damage, triple grindable destroy. On crit damage though, with the triple grindable, it's not that great. It didn't roll super efficiently. I mean, it's not bad, but like it's not what I'm looking for. The accuracy isn't too good. Nimrune, flat HP. I mean, flat HP is not that bad, but okay. Will rune with a grindable and speed. Crit damage eats More rolls. Just eat. Oh, okay. Actually good rune. Defense percent up there is not the greatest, but it could happen. Okay. Well, again, crit damage eating all our rolls. Today is the day that crit damage ate all the rolls. Rev rune. Crit damage is actually kind of fine on revenge rune, but whatever. All right. Let's see. Some swifts. Crit rate, crit damage. Let's see it. Give us a DPS rune. Good crit damage rolls this time, and then we lose one in flat defense. So like that was a 19 out of 21, which is pretty good. So this one also kind of looking just like an overall good rune. Again, loses it. In fact, even if these allocations were good, that's like we lost an entire roll in that one. Shield rune, speed, resistance. Gets a 21 with an extra crit rate. So I think this is a keep. Because you do need shield runes. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. Like the 21 is a little unfortunate because like 21 starting to get on the not really usable side, but I don't have a ton of. Oh, actually, this can go in triples. I don't have a ton of good triples shields, just because of farming them is kind of awkward. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Okay, looking for quads in all the wrong places. Once again, destroy, but crit rate, crit damage, just to see if it happens. We'll lose a roll into resistance. Like, basically, that needs to hit near max efficiency on crit rate and crit damage to be used offset. Otherwise, you're better off just going with, like, Blade or like, Fatal or something. Will rune, double grindable. This one, I'm just rolling for efficiency, just to see, like, you know, if it goes 40 HP, then cool, that kind of stuff. Destroy, this time it has speed, just to give us... So... Max purple efficiency on destroy, but who cares? Focus rune without speed, I don't care. Guard rune, once again, see our friend's crit rate, crit damage. Goes into all HP. We might get to do 110. We're selling so many of these today. Okay, so flat, slot 6. Once again, roll for speed. Didn't hit it. Enhance, I don't think that's useful. Defense, slot 4, fatal, not very good. Crit rate with speed. Please give us the quad. Nope. Please, please. You really need at least one good high speed crit rate slot 4. That's just, I don't know, it's just how the game works. You really need one now. With Sonya and Ethna, both like requiring a good one. If you have 2 good crit rate slot 4s with high speed, you are golden for like some high level RTA, in my opinion. So crit rate, crit damage, HP percent. The allocation was kind of mid. Okay, vampire, we have attack percent. Crit rate innate, which I don't really like. We actually kind of want just high attack percent. Okay, doesn't hit attack percent at all. And we get a bonus 10 rolls. Thank you, selling all our runes. Let's see. HP percent with speed already built in. I don't think this can roll efficiently enough for me to care, but I'll give it a shot anyway. Endure. Here we are looking for speed again. So it goes 20 with a good HP roll. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Man, the 20s are so disappointing. It's like this would be an insane rune if this were a 24. But at 20, like you've lost almost an entire roll of speed. Like I'm not sure this will ever get used. Is the real problem. At that speed, I don't think it ever gets used. But I'm going to keep it. We'll take a look at it again later. It's at least kind of a keep, you know, like it's not the worst, but it's like, cause that extra HP roll is actually kind of nice. Okay. A swift rune coming through for us. Let's see it. It totally did not. Fight rune with crit damage could go high attack, could go high crit damage. It didn't do either. Energy. This is just a speed chase, but you never know. Crit rate, here we are again. The crit rate slot 4 with a speed roll. Let's see it. The quads. I'll get my hopes up every time. No speed on a swift is pretty much an instant sell. This one is not really good, and this one I'm gonna roll it just because it's the last one, and it didn't do anything. All right, so that was cool. I guess let's go recap what we got. Okay, so we only kept 4 runes today. And most of them are a little questionable other than the quad. But anyway, so the first one is just this blade rune, which isn't insane, but like the efficiency's there. Like we're only missing a quarter of a roll of HP because this could have been max 24, and we're only missing 2 speed. So this could have been 12, right? Otherwise, it's max efficiency. Like we can throw either crit damage or attack percent over this one. It might be a crit damage angle, but attack percent's kind of fine. It just depends. If we use it on like an HP scaler, then you would probably want crit damage. You can't put defense on it because it's slot 1. So this one is nice and efficient. That's the reason I'm keeping it, is because it might come in useful. The max crit rate as the secondary roll is, or as one of the rolls, is kind of nice for a blade rune specifically. All right, focus rune. This one, we quadded crit rate. It's not super good, but at the same time, it's also not bad. It has crit damage. It has a max defense roll. We can throw HP over this and just call it, like for instance, this could be a Leo adjacent rune, you know, something that when you're picking Leo, you also pick this because it's a lot of crit damage. Maybe you need accuracy, like, you know, Ken, for instance, could you potentially use something like this in case you're missing like the accuracy you need on him. All right, this one is a triple +1 shield rune. So it's a 21 with an extra roll somewhere else. So it's a 21 and we get extra crit rate. The extra 2 rolls on it are kind of mediocre. Resistance is basically the one that goes away here. You grind in more HP and then you probably throw HP on it and then you use this for something like a Miles. But you could also use it for Elsharian potentially. Anyways, you need a couple good shield runes. I don't think this is it, but this is at least an okay-ish rune. And then this is another one. This is another triple +1. This time Endure has an almost max HP roll. Like, so this one, for instance, you could potentially put something like Res or Defense over the crit rate and then use it on something like a Kinky. I know Kinky's not that useful anymore, but the fact that this is a 20 speed and has an extra HP roll is still kind of nice. So you'd put it on something that needs some like decent speed, but you're not going to be able to tune anything to your fastest stuff with this because it's a 20. Anyway, that is all that I've got. Unfortunately, not quite as good as usual, but I mean, hey, some of these were at least pretty decent. Like, usually I wouldn't be disappointed to see something like this pop up when I'm actually farming. Yeah, so if you have any questions about any of the runes I kept or didn't keep, just let me know. Leave a comment and I try to get back to all the comments. And as usual, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.